Basically, this Vamsha is basically what you call Chandra Vamsha. Right? Krishna appeared in the Chandra Vamsha and Rama appeared in the Surya Vamsha. So these are two Kshatriya lines, Surya Vamsha and Chandra Vamsha. So in this Devamida is appearing in the Chandra Vamsha, and he had a son called Surasena. And Surasena's son was Vasudeva. And Vasudeva's son is Krishna. So you got one line. So this is all developing from Devamida. This Devamida was a Kshatriya, also had a Vaishya wife. And in that line, there is Parjanya. His son was Parjanya. And Parjanya's son was Nanda Maharaj. Now you get it? So, Nanda Maharaj was the same family tree but through the second different wife. So now Shankarshana here, he is uniting the Vaishya family with the Kshatriya family of the same line. So therefore he is called Sankarshana. So that is an important thing. That's why Krishna is saying he will unite two families. And why is Rohini in Nanda Maharaj's house? We need to understand that. Because they are, now you have got that connection, they are basically brothers, right? So when Rohini became pregnant with Balaram, so already you can't trust Kamsa. Sometimes he says, he's immediately saying, I will kill her, and then he says, okay, I will keep her chained. Then he says, I will release her. Kind of a very fluctuating mind. He can do anything. Suddenly he becomes, oh, it's okay, I will release you, go. Then he says, again I am going to kill you. This kind of fluctuating mind is there. So Vasudeva thinks, it is not safe for Rohini to be here. So I better send her to Nanda Baba. So that is how Nanda Baba, she goes to Nanda Baba for protection. And then the child develops there. And then he is born there. Now let's also try to understand the position of Balaram. So who is Balaram? Brother of Krishna, we understand. Actually, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Correct? Now, and Balaram is not different from Krishna. So Prabhupada says there is no difference. But there is some difference, which is like the color. Right? Krishna looks, what is that, cloud loaded with water, and it looks that bluish black, that color, which is about to rain, that kind of a color. And Balaram is pure white. I have heard that if you have seen the lotus, the stem is there. You just sometimes when you pluck that stem slightly, there will be threads coming, right? One light thread will be coming. Balaram is supposed to be that color, that white. I don't know what white it is. That color is Balaram. And both are so beautiful, so handsome. Like a child is beautiful, later they become handsome, but they are so beautiful. So what is actually the difference between these two? Absolutely nothing, except that the color is there. But there are other angles. Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna. So now let's try to understand that. Therefore, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Krishna is called Swayam Rupa. Right? Krishna is called the Swayam Rupa. Then, therefore, he is called, he is the, and whatever manifestations Krishna does, that is referred to as Prakasha. Whatever Krishna manifests from his body directly, they are called Swayam Prakasha. A lot of philosophy, please bear with me. Swayam Prakasha. And this Swayam Prakasha has got two subdivisions. One Swayam Prakasha subdivision is Prabhava Prakasha. Prabhava Prakasha. The other one is Vaibhava Prakasha. Now, what is the difference between that Swabhava Prakasha and Vaibhava Prakasha? Sorry, Prabhava Prakasha. The Prabhava Prakasha is identical in the form. When Krishna manifests, he is identical in that body also. Can you use some examples of that? Little louder. Rasa Leela? Yes. So if you see Rasa Leela, he expanded just like the same Krishna. There is no difference between this Krishna and this other. The 16,108 wives he had, he was in different, that 16,108 palaces. And he was exactly the same in all the palaces. In one house he was rocking the child, in another one he was helping his wife do some household activity, but they were exactly the same. It is not just the form, it is also the mood. Two things remember, the form and the mood. Both will be very identical in this kind of a prakasha, prabhava prakash. Okay, there are these nice examples that you all have given. Then there is Vaibhava Prakash. In Vaibhava Prakash, what is there is slightly different from this is, he will not look exactly like him. At the same time, his mood will not be the same as that Krishna's. Now, Balaram happens to be this type. And if you go to the spiritual world, other than these two manifestations, there is no other manifestation of Krishna in the spiritual world. Only these two. One is Krishna himself, one is Balaram. And Balaram manifests into so many different forms. And that we will discuss later. Therefore, Krishna is Sevya Bhagavan. Correct? Krishna is, that means the one who is served. And Balaram is Sevaka Bhagavan. Someone else is also called Sevaka Bhagavan. Who is that? Guru. Now how come both of them are the same? He is the supreme Sevaka Bhagavan and Guru is the representative of that Balaram. So that is the connection. Guru is a representative of that supreme Sevaka Bhagavan. Right? So that we need to understand. And therefore, if you really see, Balaram therefore expands. So actually it is Krishna who is expanding into two. He wants to enjoy. Therefore, he is what we call, what is self-sufficient, what we call that Atma Rama. How can I be Atma Rama? I need something done, I am very tired, I want some massage. Okay, I expand myself. And massage, Balaram massages him. How nice it is, right? Nobody else is needed, you simply massage yourself. Right? That is the way Krishna is expanding. And that Balaram is actually everything. Therefore, it's not like, okay, for massaging he has expanded, then what about the altar? What about the chamara? So he expands into everything, including the spiritual world. The entire spiritual world is actually a manifestation of Balaram. That's why I said there is only two expansions. The spiritual world is nothing more, only these two. So this is important. And subsequently there are many other manifestations which are coming, and there are different classifications. No, they say like these incarnations can be of different qualities, like or Shakti or Avatar. So many incarnations. That's all different. But these are the two primary incarnations, and there is absolutely no difference. To an extent that Balaram even chastises Krishna. Right? If he subordinate, nobody chastises Krishna. Right? There are very many times where he gives counsel to Krishna. Right? There are times when Rukmani's brother, Rukmani was troubling Krishna and Krishna was just fighting him and hitting him. I think he shaved off his head, took off his mush, did some very difficult things, and Balaram saw this and he got angry. Hey, what are you doing? This is your brother-in-law. Is this the way you treat him? And Krishna simply kept quiet. And then even he couldn't talk back to him because the elder brother, right? He just simply kept quiet. And later, there is another situation where I think they were playing some game and then this Rukmani cheated and Baldev, without seeking any permission, he killed off that Rukmani. Now Krishna went to one side brother, one side wife. Wife's brother has been killed. What do I do? He simply keeps quiet. He does not want to talk against his brother. You see the position of Balaram. Balaram is actually very powerful personality. So one side I already said he is the representation of the spiritual master. So there is no entry, no visa to the spiritual world without Balaram's mercy. So everybody here Janmashtami means it will be full. Like down also full, second floor also full. But Balaram Jayanti is more important than Janmashtami. Today I can say that. Because it's Balarama Jayanti. Because without this mercy, we cannot even go. How many of you know the story of Of course, this is Sri Sampradaya story, but this is to highlight the importance of Balaram as a one who can give you visa. There is this story of Kanchipurna. How many of you know this story? Very few people, so I will take your permission to say that. You all have been, many of you would have seen Kanchipuram. There is a place called Kanchipuram. There is a beautiful temple called Varadaraja Perumal. In that Varadaraja Perumal, there was one wonderful devotee called Kanchipurna. This Kanchipurna used to walk from Chennai, somewhere near Chennai, 70 kilometers, and do East Chamara service to Varadaraja. And Varadaraja was so happy with the service, he used to speak to him. Hey, so Kanchipurna, how are you? Did you take prasadam? This kind of discussion they used to have nicely. One day, one very simple person, a nice devotee, he came, and when Kanchipurna was going into the altar to serve, he asked, Maharaj, I have a question for you. Yes, please, what is it? No, I have a doubt, I want you to help clear. What is that doubt? No, when you go inside, can you ask one question to Varadaraja? You speak to him, I know that. Yes, I speak to him, I can ask a question. Can you ask him when I will be liberated? Okay, no problem, I will ask. So he is doing Chamara service. And then he is asking, Varadaraja, can I ask you one question? Yes. No, when I came, so and so met me, he asked when he will be liberated. So Varadaraja said, he will be liberated at the end of his life now. So he came out and that he eagerly waiting. Maharaj, what did Varadaraja say? No, you will be liberated at the end of this life. You are so happy. A simple turn, right? So after this, what do you expect? You simply pay obeisances and leave. But this man, very simple hearted, says, thank you very much. Can you ask for yourself? Would any of you ask such questions to your spiritual master? He is a very simple man, right? His heart, he didn't know, he's not a very complicated devotee. Simple, very simple. Did you ask for yourself? He was saying, what? I am doing Chamara service to, I am talking to Varadaraja when? Anyway, while going, he used to walk like 70 kilometers, walking, this was eating his bread. He asked me this question. I am thinking I will go back, but I don't know really. Tomorrow I will ask this question. So next day he comes, Chamara service, very sober. Varadaraja, yes. Can I ask you one question? Yes. Yesterday you answered that question for that devotee. I also have the same question. When can I come back to Vaikuntha? You will not come back. You are shocked. That simple man who said yesterday, he will go back, but I can't go back. Yes. But why? What is wrong with me? I am speaking to you. He said, so be it. I am also speaking back to you. That you did some service. I have done a service back to you. Who has ever spoken to me, you tell me? Who I have spoken to anybody? You are very privileged. I have given you that privilege. Therefore, this business of giving and taking is over. I can't take you back to Balarama. Then he immediately put the Chamara down and went running. But I think before that he asked, but why that man you gave? He says, he accepted you as the Acharya and you are in relationship with me and therefore I am allowing him to go back to Godhead. Who is your Acharya? Then only he puts his Chamara down and he runs. I will now go seeking an Acharya. This Kanchipurna is Shiksha Guru of Ramanujacharya. And then he goes, I think he goes and takes shelter of Ramanujacharya's actual spiritual master. I think I'm correct there. Okay, he takes shelter and lately he's working very hard as a cowherd boy in that home. And during one flood time, he says, what happened to my cowherd boy? When that Acharya is asking, he became very happy. Now that connection is established, he's asking me, he's referring to me as his cowherd man. That connection is established. Then later he develops into a great personality, and Ramanujacharya sought a lot of knowledge from. So the point here is, without Balaram, that Acharya, we cannot go back to Godhead. So this we need to write it very clearly. When we come here directly, oh Jagannath, no. Baldev, then goes Radharani, Baldev, we have to go step by step. You come here, Prabhupada, then Baldev or Radharani, that way we should go to Jagannath. That way, Jagannath, how are you? That is not the mood, at least in our Sampradaya. So that is one thing. That 12 minutes are good. Just take some time. There's one more angle which I wanted to cover today. Now, when we say Balaram is the Sevaka, whatever, Bhagavan, that means he should serve in all respects, otherwise he is not Bhagavan. In what all ways can you serve Krishna? What are the ways? 5 rasas. Correct? In 5 rasas we can serve. What are those rasas? Shanta rasa, Dasya rasa, Sakya rasa, Vatsalya, Madhurya rasa. So, if Balaram is the perfect Sevaka or the original Sevaka, he should be complete in all these 5 Seva to Krishna. Otherwise, he is not that Sevaka, like the Supreme Sevaka Bhagavan. Now, let's quickly see those 5, how he is able to. He can easily relate it to a few of them, but one is very difficult. Let's start with the first one. What is the first one? Shantarasa. What is the Shantarasa? How is Shantarasa related to Balaram? Bed, jewels. So, altar, we discussed many things. That is Shanta Rasa, that means neutral Rasa. But understand one thing, this is all in the spiritual world also. If you all, many of you have heard this Leela, our Damodar Leela. There are Acharya's explanation which says, the milk boils out of envy and commit suicide. What? Milk boiling for suicide? And then there is also the other question. When Radharani is, when Yashoda Mai is cooking, she sees from somewhere and just shouts to the kitchen, hey, rice, have you cooked? The rice says, no, wait, another 2 more minutes. Sometimes it looks difficult for us to digest these things, right? But if you understand the logic, in spiritual world, everything is manifested for the pleasure of Krishna by whom? Balaram. Balaram is super conscious. So, these items are also super conscious. There is nothing which is material in the spiritual world. You got the logic? It is Balaram who has expanded into everything, including that milk, that rice, everything. There is no big surprise that the milk is talking, all these things. So this is the greatness of Balaram. First this rasa. What is the second rasa? Dasya rasa. Dasya, all of us know. Every time Krishna is tired, Balaram does nice massage and he serves them so beautifully. Third rasa, Sakya rasa. So Sakya also, if you see Krishna and Balaram almost less than 15 days, like we discussed, 9 to 15 days. Right? So now, they keep playing, like they do wrestling. They keep playing, wrestling, sometimes pulling each other's legs. So many things they do in the friendly mood. So Balaram is the best in that area also. He's covered that aspect. Which is the fourth one now? Vatsalya rasa. Vatsalya rasa, elder brother, no. Naturally, Vatsalya has to be there. Any other, like when the younger son or the younger brother or sister is something comes more immediately, you go and try to protect that child. Right? That's Vatsalya rasa. So in fact, I was hearing, where it said, Balaram never left Krishna anytime. There's only one day Krishna missed Balaram. Kaliya day, birthday. Agasur, maybe that was birthday, I don't know. Because that's one day, because Rohini was in Vatsalya rasa with Balaram. She wanted to bathe him nicely with a nice oil, this, that, fragrance, so much of things. She did not want him to go to the forest. So that day he did not go. But otherwise he is always been with Krishna. Like, even if you look at Rama and Lakshmana. Lakshmana never even slept during the years when Rama was in the forest. Now, that is the kind of Vatsalya rasa. Actually, this is Vatsalya rasa in one sense. That younger brother feeling Vatsalya for the elder brother. No, but this is all transcendental. We can't exactly. But that is the mood. And the last one, Madhurya Rasa. Balram, then how come Madhurya? Madhurya is reserved for gopis, right? The conjugal loving relationship. But how come that Balram can have? People can't digest. Understand how to do this. So, any thoughts? Ananga Manjari. So, he expanded as Ananga Manjari. What is the definition of Manjari and gopis? Right? All these gopis are gopis, then why you call Manjaris? Gopis are those which are like Radharani is the chief most gopi. Then all the others who are classified as gopis should be very few days either elder or younger. So 2 days, 3 days here and there, you are considered a gopi. If there is a big difference, 6 months, 1 year, you are not considered a gopi. You are considered as a Manjari. So Manjari's job is to help the gopi do the service to Krishna. So we come in that order. So Dasanudas or whatever Devi Dasi is all about serving, like it's like you serve the person who is serving, he serves the person who is serving, he serves the person who is serving. Same for Mataji. So the cycle keeps on going. We are not directly to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Krishna knows, yes, there is Balarama serving Seshadripuram and he is serving the president and all the devotees. I don't have to show myself and say, hey, Krishna, now I am here and I am the one who is doing the major service. No. If you serve down, he already understands who is serving. But on the other hand, if I try to be on the front and try to make a big show, sorry, I don't even see you there. He will say right to you behind. So this is the mood of devotees. They never compete. They never feel like, oh, I am the big contributor to this. Nobody is a big contributor. Krishna is the only one who can do everything. Arjuna, he told, you want to do this? Okay, do it. He says, no, I can't do it. Okay, no problem. It will still be done. Everybody here will die. You can decide to be with me and follow my words or no. It's up to you. But later when he got that knowledge after hearing Bhagavad Gita, he said, yes, Krishna, now my consciousness is fully clear and I am in a pure state of consciousness. And then the same activity he did with pleasure. So that is some mood that we all need to somewhere create, that we should happily serve in whatever position we are serving. Don't have to be, oh, who's going to recognize me? How am I going to grow up in the ladder of spiritual ladder, like a corporate ladder? Now, when I will become CEO of this company, when I will become the president or whatever, GBC, chairman of GBC, nothing is required. Simply do our service nicely, Krishna will recognize us. And that's okay. So this is, and now, one angle I can cover. We are saying, both are saying, how are you saying it? How about so many other, there are so many incarnations. How do you compare those incarnations with Balarama? Yes, we know from Balarama, the 4 quadruple incarnations. From there, another 4 quadruple incarnations. From there, the Mahavishnu, the other Sirodhak Sai Vishnu, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, everything. Like that. But there are other ways of looking at the whole thing also. How many qualities does Krishna have? 64. How many qualities that jivas can maximum have? 50? 50? How much? 50. 50 full? Part? Little. And he says Brahma has 50 full. Right? Brahma has 50 full. So here Krishna is at 64. Out of that, what is the level of that 64? Is it like par? Okay, 3/4, 99.99%, 100 complete. All of that. And more also. Right? Now here they have humans, or rather the jivas have 50 qualities, not in full, little. You may have some 20, I may have some 0 plus 0.00, something like that. But something we will have. Someone may have all 50 like Brahma, maybe at full scope. Then there are higher jivas like Lord Shiva, there are many of them, they may have 55 like that and all that. And how much the Vishnu Tattvas, other Vishnu, like Narayana has? How many? 60. 60. Now, there are 4 more qualities which Krishna has. We all know that. What are they? Venu Madri, Rupa Madri, Leela Madri, and one more Madri. Bhakta Madri. No, that's not called Bhakta Madri. Venu Madri, Leela Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Prema Madhuri. Correct. That's the 4th one. Prema Madhuri. Prema Madhuri. Prema Madhuri. So 4 are there. Now, do you think Narayana doesn't have this? How come Narayana not have Leela Madhuri? How much Narayana has performed Leela? How can you say he doesn't have? So the question is therefore the difference between, of course, flute. Narayana, you never see him play the flute. But everything else he had, in some form and shape. He did many Leelas. Narayana did many Leelas. Most handsome personality, if at all. You can't say Narayana is not handsome, right? But Krishna is the smartest. A very light difference, but there is that difference. Like this, there are few things. Now, what about Balarama? You classified everybody nicely. What about Balarama? How many qualities he has? All 64. Then what is the difference between him and Krishna? Color. Quality. Same. But he is the original, he is the manifested from the original. There is always that difference. There is a little bit of a 64, both of them have. You can almost say full, but Krishna has still that something more. Right? So that is the position of Balaram. And we should take the shelter of Balaram and Radharani as our visa giving officer. Starting with our Srila Prabhupada, or if you are initiated, your spiritual master, and take that route and take Balaram, hold Balaram nicely. We have this example right in our Chaitanya Charitamrita. What is that example? Someone tried to directly go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What happened? Raghunath Das Goswami. We have celebrated, right, some months back. Chidadahi. That is the festival. So that example is clear. You can't approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead without going through Balaram. Nityananda Prabhu is not different from Balaram. He showed that to him. After he put his leg on his head, he became fully ecstatic, and then immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, come. Now you have got the visa, you please come. So this is the mood, and our idea should always to please the spiritual master. Krishna will be pleased automatically. Don't have to try to please Krishna. Please the spiritual master, please the pure devotees of the Lord, then everything automatically, you are on a conveyor belt. We are all, without our specific effort, we can go. Just please the spiritual master. What can be our effort in pleasing? What quality I have which I can please the spiritual master? This should be our meditation. So I end here, and I am sorry, sometimes I am over-excitedly speaking something, may I have spoken something wrong, forgive me for all that. Hare Krishna. Seven 33. We finished on time.
Mike.
Hare Krishna. So today I am reading the message of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, the GBC for our South India. This message is as follows. Today is Balarama Purnima, the sacred appearance day of Lord Balarama. So it is a wonderful festival. Balarama is the original Guru, Adi Guru. He is the first expansion of Lord Krishna. He is the first person to be serving Lord Krishna. He is not different from Krishna. Srila Prabhupada said the only difference is the color. Krishna is black, Balarama is white. Krishna said that Balarama is as dear as his life, and the Lord Balarama, Krishna, and for Lord Balarama, Krishna is as dear as his life. Balarama is always with Krishna in his various pastimes. His Rama Leela, he comes as Lakshmana. In Chaitanya Leela, he comes as Nitai. As Lord Nityananda, he gives out the mercy of Lord Chaitanya without even considering who is qualified and who is not qualified. Lord Balarama, the original Guru, the original devotee, the original expansion of Krishna, teaches us how to worship Krishna. We need the mercy of Lord Balarama to have the mercy of Lord Krishna. So, today we should pray to Lord Balarama that knowingly or unknowingly, if we have made any offense, please forgive us and please bless us so that we can have love for Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Jai, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj Swami ki
Jai.
A very wonderful offering from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami there. So now we will start the Abhishek. But you know, we have a new set of Krishna Balaram deities. How is that? It's a new set, absolutely beautiful. It's getting, they're going to come up. And there is an open offer. Anybody can offer anything to this Krishna Balaram deity. So beautiful Krishna Balaram. So anybody who wants to sponsor today have to pay 500 rupees only for the Abhishekam. ಅಭಿಷೇಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೀ 500 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 500 rupees from Giteshwari Mataji, the counter, she can take and they are allowed to do the Abhishekam first. Okay? Forgot to thank Balarama